The jury is currently deliberating in Donald Trump's New York hush money trial. Someone who's been a central figure in that case is Michael Cohen, the former president's former fixer. Can you talk to us about him before we dive into the money aspect of this story?
Yeah, he, as you said, is one of the central figures in this trial. He was the one who arranged the payments between Donald Trump and Stormy Daniels that are at the center of the allegations regarding, any potential campaign finance violations and the former president's business records. Obviously, he was a longtime Trump loyalist, known as his fixer, and then after perjuring himself before Congress, and Trump did not assist him with his legal fees, Michael Cohen flipped.
And you posted the question recently for Forbes, how much money has Michael Cohen made hating on Trump? You have the answer, and spoiler alert, it's in the millions. What is it?
Yeah, he's done pretty well for himself. It's good business. He's reported making through testimony that he gave a couple weeks ago. It's about $4.4 million that he's made. So that's about $1.1 million a year, and roughly double what he was pulling in while working at the Trump Organization.
Not a bad payday at all. So let's break down by media what he has been doing. He wrote two books about the former president. One's called Disloyal, a memoir, the true story of the former personal attorney to President Donald J. Trump, and Revenge, how Donald Trump weaponized the Department of Justice against his critics. How did these books sell?
They both sold great. The first one was a blockbuster, immediate #1 New York Times bestseller. It was on the list for 4 weeks. Circana BookScan, which is a industry service that monitors book sales, told us that it sold 290,000 copies. Cohen disputed that, but did not give us a different figure. And that's just print alone. And Cohen testified that it made him $2 million in just the first few months, and has since brought in another $1 million. So that's $3 million from that one book. The follow-up didn't do as well, not too surprising, but still did very well. It was on the bestseller list for a week. Circana BookScan said it sold 24,000, and Cohen testified that it earned him about $400,000. So that's $3.4 million from Michael Cohen for his literary efforts so far.
So you've reported that the most impressive thing about these books from this New York Times bestselling author was the deal that was surrounding them. Talk to us about how that deal was structured.
Yeah, we don't know much about it other than it was not a traditional book contract, he had said, and one of those publishers had told Publishers Weekly several years ago he wouldn't give us any details, but it probably made him a significant amount more money than if he had had a standard book deal. So I'd love to find out the details of that. He said he wasn't talking during the trial, although he did respond to dispute the sales figures we had. So as soon as we do get a verdict on that, I'm sure he'll be busy and not wanting to answer this question right away, but I'm going to ask him for some more details about that book deal, because I find that fascinating how he seemed to have really negotiated himself a good deal there.